6.
That's Dave.
Bye.
Goodbye for now. Let's go to Steve Langford from the Howard 100 News team. Let's go to John Hine, and let's, of course, get to Robin, which is very, very important. Let's go to Steve first from the Howard 100 Newsroom.
Just some of the stories we're working on in the Howard 100 Newsroom. Is Riley Martin about to propel himself out of the Sirius orbit?
Oh, I can't believe I didn't even get to speak about this today.
What's this?
Well, Riley's last show is tonight, I believe.
No.
This is where I think Riley's going to go blow up and scream about what a cheap fuck I am, and Tim is a piece of shit, and use the N-word. I think the meltdown's going to happen tonight. It's 7 o'clock on 101.
Then I got to be there.
It's on 101 at 7 o'clock, but...
I may call in to stir the pot.
Oh, please, it's going to be...
We should all call in.
Midnight Eastern.
Midnight.
Midnight?
Midnight Eastern.
What? By the way...
Yeah, Jackie's joke hunt is at
Why won't you give me a
7
promo
o'clock.
card?
There's a promo card right in front of you.
Yes.
It's probably covered by all the other papers, but I put it...
No. Where is it? Show me.
It's taped to your console.
Oh, down here. Guys, come on. I don't look...
Come on, I put it in 50 fucking places.
No, right up on my console.
Bullshit.
Here.
Here's in the way. Come on.
Where is the note? And wait a second. This isn't even the note. Show me where it is. Come here. You motherfucker. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, underneath 2 papers.
You said
Get out of here.
You said put it there.
You're fired. Unbelievable.
Hold on. Everywhere else I've ever put it, you're like, Gary, just put it there. I'll fucking find it. I put it all over your console. Gary, don't cover the meters, don't cover the clock, don't cover the other notes. And I said, well, where would you like it?
Thank you. Thank you. Perfect explanation.
Please.
Yeah, okay.
It's my favorite Baba Booey. Ba 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 boo. Ba 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 boo.
It's so funny. While we play those songs, Sal's out in the hall in various Gary masks and giant bobbleheads.
You know what's so great? I know Sal's Achilles heel. He's jumping around, having fun. And did you see the way he just walked away dejected?
Yeah.
I said, it's a good thing you have that fucking mask. None of your bits are funny. Then he just walks away all over.
That deflates him.
Anyway, Steve, you were doing the news. Go ahead.
The Riley Martin story. Negotiations between the King of Outer Space and Tim Sabian said to be stalled in the stratosphere. And Howard 100 News has the audio tape of negotiations between these two intergalactic warriors. Stay tuned.
You have audio tape of Tim and Riley?
Absolutely, yes.
How come Tim doesn't give that to me?
Yeah.
That's top priority.
You have the actual negotiation?
Yes.
Wow.
I gave it to you this morning.
No,
Where is it?
everybody gives you everything.
What?
Scott has it.
No one shows it to me. Gary, get in here.
Hold on.
What are you
This is the first I'm hearing about it now. Jason said he gave it to Scott this morning.
But where is that fucking nincompoop Scott keeping material from me, that motherfucking bald asshole? Why do I have him in my life? Scott, get out of my life. Where is my tape? You scumbag.
Yes, I'm a scumbag.
No, you know, I'm not laughing, you fuck.
No, it's Jason. Jason gave it to me and said, "Work on it when you get a chance." It's 8 minutes, and we were going to cut it down. I said, "All right, I'll get to it."
When would you get to it?
Well, he said it wasn't top priority. If I was told,
Jason, so now it's you fuck.
If I was told that it was going to be needed right away, I'd do it.
No one knows that.
What a deflection seminar this is.
So what are you doing?
Boom.
Kid, you mean I got 50 guys back there? No one could sit and cut a piece of tape.
I can give you the whole thing right now.
Give it to Sal and Richard, not you, Scott.
Why not?
Because Sal and Richard would have had it for me in 5 minutes.
But I was told that I didn't have to get it to you right that
Jason,
second.
is that what you told me?
No, I got the
what time would I hear this?
The second I got an email about this audio, I gave it to Scott. I go, here's where you get it. It's 8 minutes long. Cut it up and let Tim listen to it before you give it to Howard. That's all I said.
You guys are nuts.
I'm telling you, he said he came in. He said, work on it when you get a chance.
What time did you get the audio?
I got it this morning, like 7 o'clock.
But it's no good tomorrow. Today.
Yeah, Riley's show comes on tonight.
I understand that.
Why was I not CC'd on this email?
I'm sorry. I thought Scott knew.
There's so many motherfuckers working for me.
But wasn't there a procedure? Doesn't all that stuff? Isn't it all supposed to go through Gary?
I'll go through Gary. I forget. I'm sorry.
Why don't you contact Gary with this?
I made a mistake. I should have told.
Gary, why are your people
told
not contacting you? Honestly, what is your fucking problem? Get your fucking guys in there and fire some of these motherfuckers if they don't talk to you. That'll teach them. You better get tough, motherfucker. I mean it.
I didn't even know what to say.
I tell you what, nobody respects you.
A guy who is a hard worker tried to take the initiative, gave it to Scott. Scott sat.
No, the initiative is to give it to you. You're the producer. But
okay,
that's like on Saturday Night Live, they skip Lorne Michaels and they just approve a sketch without him. It don't happen.
None of it can get on the air without you.
You're keeping too many people around. You're fucking me by not being tough.
I'm fucking you by...
You fucked me. You fucked me. And my listeners who pay money to hear this show.
I'm sorry that you're fucked.
Wow. Why don't your guys come to you when they have a piece of tape? What are you busy with?
I will launch a fucking investigation.
No, you won't.
Back to you with the fucking Warren report.
Yeah, it's real funny, Gary. Warren report.
It's not funny. It's like, you're...
I'm a what? What am I? You mean I care about my work?
Sit in your fucking
it's okay. Riley Martin, who cares? Okay, that's what I'll say, Gary. Just like you.
Howard, it's my fault. I should have told Gary I gave Scott the
audio.
audio.
Why don't you tell Gary?
I'm sorry. I didn't think of it. I got the audio. I gave it to Scott. I thought it was being taken care of by Scott. I'm sorry for not...
Scott doesn't take care of
You're
anything.
right.
Scott
You're right.
doesn't do it unless he's forced to do it.
No, I'm not forced.
I apologize. I am sorry for...
Go to Gary.
Absolutely.
And Gary will assign it to the person who can get it done quickest.
Absolutely.
Now, Quick and Scott don't go in the same sentence.
Oh, stop it.
What? Stop it! I tell you, I can't take it around here anymore. I have 57 fucking guys. Well, it's not fair of me to blame Scott. It's not his fault.
No, it's supposed to... There's an order out there.
That's right. If Scott knew he had to have it, he would have had it.
Yeah.
I apologize, Scott. But, Jason, what's with you not going to Gary? Where's Scott? Come here. I have an apology. I'm out of my mind from this. You see, I hate this.
No, I understand.
You're making my life miserable now.
I gave it to the guy.
Go to Gary. That's what I got that fucker here for.
Okay, I'll give everything to Gary.
You think I got him here for his looks?
I gave Scott the audio at 7 a.m. this morning. I didn't know it was going to be a thing.
But it's never going to come out of there if
Scott
doesn't know that...
You're right. I'm sorry for trusting Scott. I'm sorry.
I can't blame
Scott.
Don't apologize to me.
Don't trust Scott. No, I'm apologizing to you. This is not your fault.
I mean, I even had it on my computer. I was just trying to get to it for the morning.
I'm not mad at you.
It's just... It should have been done. We're all to blame.
No, you are not to blame. I said you're not to blame.
Okay, fine.
Accept it.
Thank you.
Jason's got to go to Gary.
He's right. I skipped a step. I apologize.
Don't skip steps around here.
I'm sorry. I won't. Jesus.
Riley Martin negotiation tape, and Steve Langford has it.
If I wasn't standing here, you'd have it already.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. I mean, come on. We got good material. We die for material like that.
We'll play it at noon.
I think you guys are dieting too much. Your brains are getting cooked. What do you think of that, John Hine? I mean, really, what do you think of this?
I think
isn't that a major piece of tape?
Of course, Riley
negotiating.
I think Jason tried to get it done and bypassed Gary for whatever reason to do it, and it didn't happen. But I could see why he'd be so frustrated.
I am frustrated. Am I overreacting? I know I'm going to get 20 emails. You're a fucking scumbag. You yell at your staff. But what am I supposed to do? Robin, am I wrong?
Well, unless unfortunately, it seems that if every once in a while you don't do that, what happened here happens more often because they forget the order. You've set up this system so that things reach you in a timely fashion, and Scott knows the priority of tapes and other work he has to do. But if they're going to jump the gun and just go and give Scott tape, he doesn't know what to do with it. And the only way that seems to stay on track is there's a little tweaking session like this.
You know, if Gary comes to me and says, I got tape of Riley Martin negotiating with Tim, I know the audience is
Gary can't come to you. He doesn't even know it's there.
Now, here it is, 10 o'clock, and I'm hearing about it for the first fucking time. From Steve Langford. Steve Langford, I'm hearing from.
Even you should be yelling at him. Why didn't he tell you sooner?
Why didn't he promote that
He could
earlier?
promote the news all day.
God damn. And that Gary boy, he sits back there.
Gary thinks he has a working system. He didn't.
Hey, Robin, every system you have never breaks down.
No, I'm defending you. You're
Gary,
not understanding what I'm saying. I'm defending you.
You break down every day. Yesterday it was the diet thing. You acted like it was the first time we ever did it.
You know what? I'm not going to...
Gotta get on your game. Get on your game. Get on your game, Gary. Get on your game.
Your people are not communicating back there. You should be screaming like that. Oh, my God.
Much in style dancing.
No. Let me ask you something. Can you yell at the people out there like Howard yells?
No, he can't.
That's what the problem is.
Will and Jason,
I can't yell at the people like that if you don't have a microphone. Give me a microphone and I'll yell at them.
Good. Yell at him, Dave. You got a microphone right now.
You got a microphone, yell.
Let's hear it.
Listen, you fucking assholes. Don't fucking make me look like shit.
Right. That sounded real good. Sounds like you're real pissed. Yeah, you know what it is, though, too? It's my fault because, like, even with Gary, every day, do what you want, laissez-faire, and everyone just takes advantage of my... I'm a nice guy. That's my problem. I am a nice guy.
You're not.
No, I am. Unfortunately, I am, Gary.
If you think that
let me tell you something. If somebody was going past Lorne Michaels, it wouldn't be here. But
sure, no one's ever fucked up on Lorne Michaels' show ever.
I don't know.
That makes one mistake
I tell you what, nothing gets on the air except for Lorne Michaels knowing about it.
I'm sure that everyone that makes any sort of mistake.
You know what, Gary? I'm not going to argue with you. You're right. I'm wrong. What do I know?
I'm not saying that I'm right.
You did a great job. Thank you.
You must be perfect.
Why don't you sit down with Jason and Will instead of talking to me and figure out how you guys can
communicate? I will, but I don't want to interrupt the show, Howard, because then if I go talk to them, you'll be pissed I'm not paying attention here.
All right, thanks. Thanks.
You'll always find something.
All right, thanks, Gary. Sorry, I must be wrong. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help. Yeah, go find the tape. All right, Steve, what other tapes do you have that I don't know about?
Well, so if you don't hear that tape here in the next hour, stay tuned to Howard 100 News all day long as we hear...
You won't hear it in the next hour. At some point, I got to end this show. It's already 10 o'clock. What, am I sitting here all fucking day and do shows?
Well, he's talking about the news. You won't be here to hear it.
Oh.
Steve, don't start suggesting when we finish the show now. That's your fault. Now go ahead.
We will hear Riley Martin go at it with Tim Sabian. Riley reportedly seeking $20,000 a show, $10,000 for his co-host.
Oh, would I love to hear that? But this is unreal to me. I'm going home. I can't take it. My head's going to explode. I fucking hate this.
Early lunch.
57 people here. Well, we got to hire another person. How many people am I going to hire? Just get a piece of goddamn tape on the air. Remarkable. Yes?
Is tonight the end of the Riley Martin Show, midnight Eastern, Howard 101.
What, you got a tape now, Gary, so I can go to 3 or 4 o'clock? What do you think I am, Robo DJ?
Would you rather not have it? I know we didn't have it, so we got past that. You yelled at me for that.
Would I rather not have it? No, because you know I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to do. I don't want to disappoint my audience. Of course, I got to have it now, but I'll go till 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
All right.
Then all right.
It's not ready.
It's all right with you.
Then it's not ready.
Get the fuck out of here. What the hell's wrong with you? Don't play games with me. pal.
Okay? If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, then don't want it.
Good. Well, then put it up so I can be here till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Maniac.
It's up.
Good.
Find it.
Motherfucker. Yeah, but I'm a dog. I'll see
Do
you
you want to know
all
where
day.
the fuck it is or not? That's all I want to know. You already browbeat the shit out of me, so do you want to know
Get out
what
of
it
here.
is?
I don't want to know anything from
Okay,
you.
then
Don't
someone
tell
else
me
will
anything.
tell
Just go
you.
meet with Jason and we'll figure out how you're going to get this shit on the air during my time slot. I like he's angry at me for wanting to get things done right. That's the
this is
reverse
all going
psychology.
badly.
These guys going to yell at me because I want it done right. Because I wanted it at 6 a.m., not at 10:10.
Look, you're yelling at me for giving it to you now.
That's not why I'm yelling at you, Gary.
What can I possibly do besides fucking
Do
die?
your job.
Besides die,
Do
what
your
can I
job.
do?
Do your job. Do
Right,
your
past
job.
that, now what?
I don't know.
Exactly. If
I don't know what you
fucking
can
know,
do.
how am I supposed to know?
Don't yell at me, fuckface. You're the one who screwed it
I'm
up.
saying if you don't know what I'm supposed to do, I'm trying to give it to you now, and you're just, no matter what I do, if
That's
I
right.
breathe,
It's
you're going to yell at me.
done. Thank you. Damage done. Am I asking too much? Am I, Robin? You're the voice of reason.
It's a very simple thing, and quite frankly, it's true. Nothing gets on the air without going through Gary.
Yeah.
They
how many
forget the
times?
system.
It's like no one can retain that information. Can't retain it. I'm going to write a big sign.
Retain what? That I didn't know there was a piece of
Retain
paper?
that people
your
don't go
staff
through
is
you.
not
Fine, so
following
we're gonna
the
work on it, but
rules.
God, what do you want?
How many times are we going to work on it? How many times before we throw our hands up in the air and say you can't run your staff? Thank you.
There should be a big sign in there. Everything goes through Gary.
That's it. Artie, am I crazy? Wake up.
Listen, obviously, there's people in the back who don't operate at the same intellect level that we do.
Here you go. Here you go.
Here's the tape now, boss. It's 11 past 10 o'clock.
I'll do
Why don't you
anything.
start doing it now?
I'll do anything to get out of here by a quarter.
You could be here till 5 p.m. Do a show all day, and we'll get to everything.
Realize, of course, that you spent more time bitching about it than actually playing.
Don't tell me what I'm doing wrong now. Worry about what you're doing wrong. I'll figure out my fucking situation.
Now, for people who we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago, this is what the Thursday meeting used to be like for 2 hours.
It's not true. I wouldn't talk this much at all.
Did I overreact? Yeah. Am I overreacting? I mean, I don't know. You see, this show matters to me so much. A tape like that, to me, sounds funny. And there's an ebb and flow to this show. I plan it out in the sense that I go, okay, I got 5 cool things here to do. And within the 4 hours, and then usually the last hour, Robin wraps things up. So I'd like to, at some reasonable time, say, hey, look what I got, make a big deal about it. You understand? In other words, I know in the grand scheme of life, it's not important to people. I take this show seriously, and I've got 50 guys back there.
But it won't nearly be as pertinent if Riley's gone after tonight.
Yeah, tonight, and then I could have promoted his show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big deal that we have that tape. And Tim does his job, gets the tape, gives it to Jason, and then it's almost like, well, what else am I missing, too? Like, can I trust these guys? Like, we have mail come in every day, and they're supposed to go through it and look for CDs that listeners sent in and stuff. And I tremble at the thought of what is missed because I take this job so seriously. That's why I'm successful at it. And when people don't have the same intensity as me, it panics me. It absolutely
what
panics
those meetings
me.
were like. This was exactly.
I'm glad. So my meetings are useless, is what you're saying, because nothing's changed.
Oh, it's important.
Tell me what I should say to you, Gary.
Everybody.
What should I?
Like Richard was just saying. Like you sit and you think about whether the mail's being gone through. And it is being gone through every day, yet you ignore the mail, stuff from the mail page. But it's fine. It's there for you when you want it.
It's not, no, I need it when I need it. We know it's there. But what isn't there is what bothers me. I wonder, what else am I missing? Like, when would I have learned about the Riley Martin phone call? 2 days from now? Maybe never. Maybe it would have gotten buried in that sea of work that Scott has back there. Who knows, Gary? Who knows?
And I have an issue on that, too. I think you're letting I think that Jason absolutely should have brought it to me, no doubt. I think you're letting Scott off the hook a little bit.
Well, good. Why don't I just alienate everyone?
No, I don't think there's a sea of work. I think there's a lot of work that we've taken away from him.
The work is supposed to go.
And also, a lot of times when
how do I get him out of my head? I can't turn off his mic.
Hold on a second.
I don't know how to do it.
Part of the safety net for the system is when somebody gets down to something, he'll call me and he'll say,
all right,
Gary, what's the priority?
Here's the safety net. Here's the safety net. Take the safety net and stick it around me and lock me up at a funny farm. Like a butterfly net. If that's what the safety net looks like, take it and put me in there and throw me in a mental institution. Thank you. Safety net. Just bring all the shit to Gary, and Gary knows about it, and he tells me. Such a simple system. I don't know. How much more, how easy can it be?
Because of all of these kinds of things, that's why the system of Bring Everything to Gary was created.
Yeah. Unreal. I'm exhausted. I'm drained. I rely on Gary to run this. I see he's typing on his computer. Who knows what he's typing? He's like,
I'm trying to book a fucking guest.
I must remember.
You're not going to start that. You should get a big chalkboard. Take this up to the chalk.
Write. What is he typing?
500 times.
Dear Tommy Shaw, if you must know.
Typing away.
Why don't we just take another minute? This is the part where you talk about what a fucking moron I am. I
didn't say you're a moron.
That I never learned how to type.
I'm watching you peck away there. Dear Tommy. Where's the M? Pecking away one. Take a typing lesson.
With that one finger?
One finger. Look at that one finger. It's the same finger he smells when he's talking to me.
That finger's very busy. It's typing.
Oh, it's so busy.
It's smelling.
Picking. Look at Sal. Sal's typing. His monkey costume on. Pecking away one finger at a time. All right. Thank you. I don't know. It's like if you found out your accountant misplaced 20 grand, then you'd say, well, gee, I wonder what else he misplaced. You know what I mean?
No, this is more like the IRS comes knocking at your door. Mm-hmm. And they say, you know, Mr. Stern, we are charging you with tax fraud because you didn't pay.
Right.
And then you find out your accountant forgot.
Right. Well, it's his fault. His fault, is it? I mean, I'm drained.
And when he says you're letting Scott off the hook, that means he doesn't want to yell at Scott.
Right.
You can yell at him. I believe me, I have no problem with that, Robin.
Okay.
It's not Scott's
then yell
fault.
at Scott.
It's not Scott's fault.
But if Gary has an issue there, then he should take care of it. He shouldn't give it back to you.
Yeah. Oh, no. He wants me to go yell at Scott now.
I'm not looking for you to yell at Scott. You know what? I'm not going to fuck this.
Good. That's the best thing you said today. Somehow it's my fault. I was in good shape today. Did the best I could.
Can we do the Riley Martin tape in the news? That could be news.
All right, whatever. You're in charge of that.
I will work around it.
All right.
So tonight is Riley Martin's quote-unquote last show, unless there has been a change in the negotiations,
Howard. Great, yeah.
I think we may have a tape of some of the goings-on.
I don't have it.
You don't?
No.
I hope you're happy.
I do have it, but I have to tell you where it is if you want.
Tell Robin. Don't tell me.
Robin? Yes. Robin, this is what you need to know. It's our Gary preview page, bottom right-hand corner in pink, and I listened to the first 4 minutes of it, and it was so good, and I wanted to get in so quickly. Get that fucking thing off me. And then I didn't listen to the last 4 minutes, but I wanted to get in it quickly, and I assumed that it was going to continue to be good.
All right.
It was so good. Fuck.
On the Gary preview page 2 in the lower...
I got it.
Preview page 1, I'm sorry.
I'm as quick as a whip.
Hey, I wanted to pick up where we left off, and if we could kind of continue the conversation about going forward with you doing the show. And I know that you're at 5 million and I'm at 300, so there's a bit of a gap in.
Yeah, well, hey Tim, come on, man. Let's don't get into the juxtaposition of jousting with one another. Start giving me a reasonable number frame based upon my import to you. And we can deal. Please don't carry me through this game.
Okay. Well,
look, it's no skin off your people's nose to do something decent.
The max I can afford is $400 a show.
Bullshit.
That's
bullshit.
It. I'm telling you, that's max I can do.
Bullshit.
Well, then if
you give, okay. Stern, who is my hero.
Mine too.
Makes $18,000 a minute. So.
How do you know that?
I can calculate things in my fucking head, fool. Be so kind as to take $400 and roll it, like up in you do a money roll and stick it in your ass.
Riley, do you realize that that's $6.66 a minute?
That's
motherfucker, I can't even live in Jersey at $400 a week. I am not just a man. I am a phenomenon. A cornucopia, a dictionary, a time, space, knowledge, and revelation to the extent as to where the truck driver as well as the physicist can understand what I'm saying. Now, if you don't want to pay me, son, and let me die poor, then get that girl that fucks horses or something to do your next show.
So you're saying then that you don't want to do the show anymore?
I'm not going to do the show for chump change, no.
Okay. Well, we're going to miss you, Riley.
I'm going to miss you, too.
All right, so if you have a change of heart, please feel free.
No, I have no change of heart for no $400. Forget that. That's dead.
Okay.
If you have a change of heart, you call me.
Okay.
Tonight or tomorrow night is your last show, son.
Okay.
All right?
I'll look forward to it, Riley.
Okay, take care.
All right. See you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Riley's got a good idea. If that girl that fucks horses is available,
Yeah,
give her
she can
20
have
grand
an
a show.
hour.
I'll give her 20 grand a show. Remember that tape, The Chick Who Fucks Horses? Haven't played that in a while.
I know. He remembers that.
Yeah. She's got an act. Well, we'll tune in tonight at midnight, Riley's final show, so he says. I don't believe it. I believe Riley will be back.
Usually Riley needs a cooling off period.
Right.
He's that kind of negotiator.
Well, what are the odds of Riley coming back? Artie, will Riley be back?
Yes. I'll give it 8-5.
All right. Fred?
70% chance says he'll be back.
70%?
70%.
I would put it
I
up
think
to...
he'll take a hiatus of maybe 3 weeks.
I would put it up to 85.
Ooh.
I'd put it up to 90, and 3 weeks sounds about right. That's what I say. But I could be wrong.
Once nobody starts, coming up for those stickers or whatever he designs anymore.
Well, the whole point is if he can take it somewhere else for more money, he should.
Hello, CNN.
We give Scott something. Thought he'd do it. I thought he'd think it was an awesome piece of tape to work on. Right. But he needs Gary to kick him in the ass. That's all. So I should have gone to Gary. I should have let Gary know about it much earlier. I didn't think about it, and now I'm getting fucked for it.
Jason Kaplan seems to think that you're at fault and that you should have known that this should be done in a timely manner.
Well, I know is he came in here and he said, "Here, you get the audio. Here's the phone call." I said, "When do you need it?" He said, "Just listen to it. Cut it down, and when you get some time, then I'll listen to it and we'll see what we got."
But he conveyed no sense of urgency, Scott.
No, not that. If he would have, if he would have said we want it for today's show, it'd be good for Howard to get it. I would have done. I started working on it, and then I got interrupted by other things, and then I was getting back to it. When Howard had just called for it.
There is no trust left here. Everything will go through Gary.
So from now on, that's it?
Everything's going through Gary. At the very least, if something goes wrong, then I'll yell at Gary and not me. If for that reason only, I will put everything through Gary.
Listen, it all leads to me. I run the show, so absolutely can't start blaming underlings for shit.
Well, Jason's stance seemed to be that Scott needs to have a sense of urgency. He needs to understand that something with Riley...
He does and he doesn't. I wish that Scott would have said to me, sometimes he gets stuff, and what he would do in the past would call me and say, hey, I got all this stuff, prioritize it for me. But we're supposed to give it to him and prioritize it for him first. Throwing out, the parameters of what people's jobs are.
Right.
Yeah, Scott probably should have looked at that and go, wow, this is pretty important. But I don't know what else Scott had on his plate. I don't know what else he was doing. Maybe he had something that was more important.
But
I wish he would have said to me, hey, Gary, Jason gave me this. Generally, he would say to me, hey, Gary, Jason gave me this Tim Riley call. And I would be like, oh, let me come in and listen to it.
But he didn't, and then it falls right on your lap.
Right.
And then the entire, Howard's hammering on you. It turns into a whole, I need to start cracking the whip. This laissez-faire attitude doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part that bums me out because it's not a laissez-faire attitude. And then he went into that whole rap about how he doesn't know what else is getting done out here. And he's not out here. He doesn't see the operation. So when one thing goes wrong, to suggest that the whole operation's a shit operation, it bums us out. Because it's not. So we do an unscripted, unrehearsed show, and considering that, I think we do a very good job. All of us. Howard, Robin, and the guys in the back office.
Speaking of the guys in the back office, when all this is going down, Sal, as always, is just ready to hammer on you. He's ready to just kick you when you're down. At this point, are you just so used to it that it doesn't faze you, or is there still that little part of you that's like, fuck you, man?
You know what? He's struggling because he's been writing bits and Howard hasn't been playing him and he hasn't been that funny. He hasn't really written a funny bit since December, so he's got to fall back on what made him famous. I guess it's like, when a one-hit wonder has to play that same stupid fucking song over and over again, that's what Sal does. So God bless him. At least he's got a hit song.
I don't know what Ball's problem is. I went out, I told Scott to get that audio together, and he didn't do it. And Ball yells at me. What am I supposed to do? It's not like I'm a producer of a show for 20 years. I don't know what to do. I'm just a dumb, stupid monkey running around talking about Hall & Oates and John Mellencamp and doing stupid rapper shows. And I talk too much, too. So I don't know what Boss's problem is. I got to go back to typing now. Take care. Goodbye. Dear Mary, please have my bananas ready for me when I get home. I say goodbye. I got work to do.
All right, let me, Robin, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you. I'm sorry I had a meltdown on the air. I take the show I apologize to Gary, Will, and Jason for my outrageous behavior.
I think it was justified.
Oh, well, in that case...
He takes his apology back.
I don't like to make things personal, but I do when I have my meltdowns. I can't control them. I'm like Phil Ramone. I'm like Phil Ramone without the gun.
I think more like Naomi Campbell.
I'm more like Naomi Campbell. I just couldn't find my diamond-studded cell phone. I just care about the show, so please don't send me emails saying what a skunk I am.
Too late.
Too late?
It's already started?
It's already coming in? What did it say?
They're basic.
Read me it.
I mean, there's some that are, like, complimentary and on your side, and then there's others that are not. Okay, here's a preview.
Oh, no. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of me.
Howard, you've been such a happy, contented, funny guy since coming over to Sirius, but since you got engaged, you turned back. Okay.
I am under some stress.
Starting to sound like a bitter old man. Howard is totally wrong. Mistakes happen. It's okay. He doesn't have to blame Gary and yell at him for every little thing that doesn't go right.
He's right. He's right.
Gary does a great job, and Howard should kiss his feet every day.
All right.
Howard, lay the fuck off of Gary. He has covered your seagull ass more times than you know. It's your fucking problem if your people don't know what to do with good tape.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well.
He's having a
I have to stay late. Shut the fuck up. So you have to stay extra to listen to Riley's Tim negotiation.
We could have built the whole show
This is
around
the email. It's not me.
I feel it's you.
Dude, you're only on the air 4 days a week. A little overtime once in a while won't hurt you.
He's missing the point. It's a flow to the show, you know?
Howard, the last few days seems like he's been on the rag or something. This must be what it's like after you get engaged. Poor guy, he's feeling the pressure. Ha, 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 ha.
Well, let me just say.
You know, you really need to apologize to more than anybody. Will.
Why Will?
Because Will got pulled into this whole thing. He didn't even do anything.
That's true. Will has nothing to do with it.
Will goes, how the hell did I get stuck in
I feel like Will and Jason are Siamese twins. Because Jason talks to Will.
Right. And used to live with him.
Right. Will, I apologize to you for sucking you into this. You had nothing to do with it. Jason, Gary, I am over the top, clearly. I have reactions that are just like as if you murdered me, as if you put a knife in my heart.
We all care about the show. We do.
Well, I know you do.
Can I just
Jason, do you know that? I don't want you going on more antidepressants, you fat fuck.
Yeah, he's trying to lose weight.
They haven't raised my dosage. No,
they haven't.
I'm going to go ahead and understand your anger, and I apologize, too, for messing up.
All right, look, there was a mess
forward.
up, but my reaction was over the top. I apologize.
Can I just get 10 seconds?
Yeah.
The only thing...
as a favor to the audience, I will edit that out of the show, my tantrum.
No, don't do that. The only thing that bothers me is that we do work really hard and we do care about the show. And when a mistake like this happens, it's not indicative of how... Like, you don't see the office run, so you think that's how the office runs all the time. And
no,
it doesn't.
And I don't know how to express my disappointment.
But I promise you it's not how the office runs.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. There we go. See you, Gardy.
Look, there's an ebb and a flow, and it was disturbed.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding.
I'm with you, man. If I knew how to email, they'd all be on your side.
Thank you. I know Robin likes when I crack the whip.
I just got.
Oh, stop it. I get uncomfortable, too.
You even shut up during it.
My biggest question right now is...
you guys just let me go.
Well,
I think it turns Robin on. She goes, oh, he's so powerful. By the way, the meltdown will be on Howard TV tomorrow night. Great. Was I wearing my shades?